The problem with Sonic in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, as a Sonic main myself, yes, I understand that's such an unfortunate thing to say. As a Sonic main myself, I can understand the problems that everyone has with him. I also feel the problems because whenever I play against a Sonic, it's tedious, it's annoying, it's boring, and all that stuff, right? But don't not worry. I will understand what this man, Vars3, will be saying. Check out his channel and watch the original video. This is just my reaction to it, but he deserves all the credit. Also, you should check out my channel too and its content. If you guys enjoy it, subscribe. Alright, here is the problem with Sonic in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Throughout the 4 years and change of Smash Ultimate's lifespan, a few characters would be the unfortunate target of the competitive scene's ire at a time. In my video on frustrating characters last year, I briefly went over members of the roster whose reputation preceded them, and not
I thought my video froze. I was like, what the f?
For the better part of 2022, most of our attention was directed at Fighters Pass 2, namely Min Min, Steve.
Yeah, Min was annoying, Steve was very annoying. If I'm being completely honest with you, the least annoying character in that Fighters Pass is Kazuya, and that's saying something.
The Aegis and Kazuya, who for many were actively causing the game to be less enjoyable to play.
At least Kazuya was doable to play against, and plus he's actually fun to play against as well.
And I would say during that period, our backlash towards the notorious DLC fighters has cooled off a bit, although I'm sure many people still vehemently despise them. The loss of attention can be attributed to players finally buckling down and making a concerted effort in learning counterplay measures to their respective mains. Now, despite all the doomsaying on Twitter, Steve, Kazuya, and Pyra and Mythra's rise to prominence was nowhere near as domineering as the likes of Bayonetta in Smash 4 or Meta Knight in Brawl, and
I feel like I'm in the minority of people that think like Kazuya isn't that annoying. Like, okay, he's OP as hell, but dude is like, realistically, dude is very easily, I don't know if that's a word or not, but he's pretty counterable in my opinion. I don't know. I just find it easy to play against Kazuya.
As we enter 2023,
well, the other characters you just mentioned,
the hang of how to take on Fighters Pass 2. One of the frustrating characters who appears to still be unsolved, however, is Sonic. Someone who's always had a rather controversial reputation even from day one. While he isn't anywhere near as popular as most of the Fighters Pass 2 characters,
holy shit, I'm just looking at this guy playing. Oh, it's Sonic's, no wonder. Sonic is a good player, but holy shit.
So far as to say, Sonic is the biggest competitive threat right now for many players, as evident by the likes of Sonics and Ken, the former in particular growing more and more dominant by the day. As a result, Sonic's placement in tier lists across the board has improved considerably, to the point where many have considered him a top 3 character.
I kind of agree with that.
Today, I want to discuss why Sonic to the point where many...
Honestly, bro, yeah, I agree with that tier list. I think Sonic is he's like S tier, A+ tier, like character.
Have considered him a top 3 character. So for today, I want to discuss why Sonic has become one of the most powerful characters in Smash Ultimate, as well as one of the most problematic. If you tuned into a live stream of any major tournament in recent months, chances are you've seen Twitch chat blow up a record.
Oh my god, I'm looking at Sonic's play this guy. Holy bro. I mean, okay, good on him. He obviously mastered the character, but oh my god, just looking at that just like makes me like I don't play like that with Sonic, but god damn.
Whenever any matches featuring Sonics was played, regardless of who his opponent was. No matter what, the community rallies in favor of Sonics' opponent purely because of the legacy the character has built up over the past few years. During the Wi-Fi era, the decreased reaction time caused by input delay would grant Sonic an overwhelming advantage thanks to his amazing speed. This allowed him to perform quite well during 2020, where Sonics made a name for himself as a serious threat.
To be fair, Sonic is literally called the Blue Blur and the Speed Demon, so like obviously he's gonna be fast, you know.
At the time, the general opinion
and plus that's literally I forgot to mention that's literally the whole point of his games, you know, being fast. But I also understand like the outcry of it, because obviously that is annoying as you know.
That he was a far less viable fighter than in Smash 4, where he was a veritable top tier, witnessing Sonic's time after time getting 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st in online brackets with thousands of players came like a lightning bolt on a clear day. Thanks to his amazing speed and innovation, Sonics would often run the clock against his opponent when he found it too risky to win the old-fashioned way.
See, okay, that's what I agree with. Like, I don't like people that like play like that, you know? Like, that's so, I honestly find that like pretty stupid, because it's like, okay, cool, you're winning, but at the same time it's, or you are winning, yeah, but like, why run the clock out, you know? Just, the whole point of Smash is to, it's a little fighting game, and you're just running away from your opponent. Like I just don't agree with that.
Naturally, this came at the expense of viewer enjoyment, who on many occasions had to sit through half-hour sets watching Sonic spam spin dash for the umpteenth time.
That's
the
so
inherently
annoying,
campy nature of the character became a subject for contentious discourse throughout the competitive scene, believing that timing someone out was unsportsmanlike and should not be a legal win condition.
I agree with that.
Some high-profile tournaments even went as far as to outright ban Sonic altogether, such as Indomic's Atomic Arena during June of 2020, an event that featured over 5,000 attendees.
Now this is something I don't know, bro. I feel like banning the character is that kind of sucks, but I feel like they should implement rules of, like, for example, like what that person was doing right there and like with the gameplay footage. I feel like that person, like whoever's playing Sonic, should not be like running away from their opponent and just literally throw hands with their opponent. Like, cause like I said, bro, it's a little fighting game. The whole point of the game is to literally throw hands, you know?
Overall, since there wasn't an abundance of Sonic players at top level, the consensus on whether he should be banned from online play or if TOs should be more strict about camping and timeouts was divisive to say the least, but ultimately Sonic was never formally excluded from official events, and as 2021 rolled around, players didn't believe he would translate his online success into offline tournaments. Yet he did, perhaps even more so. 2021, 2022, and now 2023 has been nothing but an upward trajectory for Sonic. His tournament results have been consistently improving, and with everyone being distracted by Fighters Pass 2, he was allowed to fly under the radar for quite some time.
Like, I was supposed to pause a little bit earlier. My bad for the pausing, bro. I just want to put my input, you know? But, like, offline Sonic, holy is he OP in offline, bro? Like, oh my god. Like, tournament, like, especially in, like Mr. Vars 3 said, in tournaments, and if you're playing offline too, nah, bro, offline Sonic is crazy.
With Sonic's recently taking 3rd at Let's Make Big Moves 2023 and 4th at Genesis 9 getting wins over 2 of the world's 3 best players, MKLeo and Spargo in the process, there's been newfound discussion over Sonic as a character.
Okay, that was
What's interesting about LMB in 2023 and Genesis 9 is that Sonic beat MKLeo and lost to Spargo in one of them, and then beat Spargo and lost to MKLeo in the other. But aside from those two, he's been tearing through the likes of Gluttony, Kurama, Riddles, Cosmos. He basically has a win on every single top player besides maybe Aquila. There was actually something Tweak said in one of his podcast episodes that got me thinking a bit.
Let's see.
Whenever I watch Sonic's at a tournament, like, how many people can I say this for? When I watch Sonic's play, I feel like I don't understand why you won't win this set. Like, why you can't just win the set you play. Like, I'll see him versus, like, you know, like MKLeo or Spargo or the best of the best, and I'm like, I see you winning. Like, that is ridiculous.
What he said.
Oh, my bad for interrupting Mr. Vars right there. I was going to put my input on that, but like, I agree with what he's saying, you know, because it's like I feel like because like Sonic has this reputation of like being like so OP, you know. And, like, if you're, like, and you probably think, like, let's say your opponent's a Sonic, right? You automatically think it's like, oh, shit, I'm gonna lose, right? Because that Sonic's gonna spam spin dash, he's gonna camp, he's gonna run away from me, like, if he has a lead, like, as an example. He's gonna do all this, this dumb stuff, right? And you're like, and if you're watching that, you're thinking to yourself, like, damn, bro, it's like, what's the point of me fighting Sonic when he's said dude is gonna do that, you know? I can't do nothing, because he's fast. And he's jumping all over the place like a damn monkey, you know? But, yeah. Goddamn Sonic.
The best Sonics may just be his opinion, but that isn't beyond the realm of possibility.
And I agree with that, yeah.
Sonics at majors and see top players floundering about as he's running circles around them, I had that very same thought. How do you lose as Sonic? Sometimes it feels like you...
Let me put this clip right now. If I don't win this with Sonic, dude, I'm actually be so sad, dude. Like this guy's literally my legacy right here. All the videos I've done on him. And if I lose on this one specifically, you know how sad.
Can't. Just about everyone knows that Sonic is unpleasant to fight and unpleasant to watch, but I'd be willing to bet money a lot of people don't know why that's the case. They just think spin dash and call it a day. So what I want to do is break down exactly what makes him such a dangerous and difficult opponent in Smash Ultimate. Sonic is legendary for his mobility, not only in his spin dash, but in general. True to his home series, he has the fastest ground speed in the game by a wide margin.
I was literally gonna say like he's fast because that's literally the whole point of his game, you know. But like, I feel like that's not a thing everyone should be mad about because like I keep saying, like that's literally the whole like point of his home game, you know, like him being like super duper fast, you know. But again, at the same time, it's like I can also understand because like I said earlier, Like, if you're up a stock and, like, time's running out, for example, like in a tournament, you can just run away and stuff and you won't get hit.
He's so fast that his run speed is 1.5 times faster than the second fastest character, Captain Falcon.
Actually, didn't know that.
Sonic can basically travel from one end of Final Destination to the other at a breakneck pace. Ground speed is not the end of it. Sonic has incredible air mobility as well, despite not having the best aerial physics. His down air is a classic diagonal stall and fall, automatically presenting him with a fast landing option that makes it hard to juggle him. His uppy spring jump is reminiscent of Game & Watch's Fire, a vertical rise that doesn't send you into freefall, so he can use whatever attack he pleases. He also possesses a wall jump, giving him extra recovery mix-up options. Then of course, lest we forget, his iconic spin dash and spin charge, both having incredible horizontal and diagonal mobility. Unsurprisingly, Sonic has...
Listen, I may be in the minority for this, but I think his moveset is... shit. I think his moveset's okay. Obviously, there could be some revamps. There could obviously be some revamps. Like, I feel like Sonic literally should not have 2 spin dashes. He literally should not have 2 spin dashes. That's one thing. But outside of that, now, I'm trying to say my words correctly without, like, people, like, telling me you're stupid and all that.
Has the best mobility in the game, bar none. There is no one else in the game who can move as fast as he does, not even close. Other characters are touted for their speed and good physics. Captain Falcon, Zero Suit Samus, Sheik, Mythra, and Greninja, to name a few, can easily rush down opponents, but the gap in speed isn't so insurmountable that it prevents you from catching them out or trapping them in place once you do get the advantage. Sonic is one exception to this, having so many ways to rapidly accelerate, decelerate, hold his momentum, go from 0 to 100, etc. that he's quite literally the only character in the game who's impossible to catch and, more importantly, back into a corner. Captain Falcon, for instance, has amazing speed. He can run fast, jump far, and move around like an actual Falcon. But it's a lot easier to catch him or keep him trapped in disadvantage because he doesn't have too many ways to mix it up. Most of it is rather linear. For those who watch my Why No One Plays Ganondorf video, you
No, I play Ganondorf. I'm one of the minority that play Ganondorf.
May recall I talked about how more often than not,
I'm kidding. Check out this video.
How much distance you can cover, but how many different ways you can recover that matter more. That holds true in this scenario as well. Sonic's ability to instantly stop and go at his discretion makes it extremely difficult.
It's like, I know I keep saying it, but like, goddamn, Sonic, why does he play like that, bro? Like honestly, if we were to do a Sonic deal, this dude would whoop my ass. But it's like, holy bro, why does he play like that?
Opponent to track and intercept his movements, especially because his overwhelming speed gives him the widest threat bubble in the game. You simply cannot afford to recklessly throw out moves, no matter how far away you are from him, since he can go from one side of the stage to the other in a matter of frames. Sonic is a living representation of just how much influence mobility and speed have over a game like Smash.
I 1000% agree with that. Like, holy crap! Like I said, like compare his speed to Incineroar, right? Like as a Sonic player, holy, you should easily beat Incineroar, bro. Easily.
It may sound weird considering Sheik is an unpopular character despite having the fastest overall frame data and some of the best physics in the game, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay, but I will talk about that right now though, because I feel like compare like I said, compare Sonic and Sheik, right? So at least with Sonic, like his damage is actually like decent, you know. Sheik's damage, no, it's not decent. Or like you actually gotta rack up like you gotta be a big brain person to be a Sheik player, you know. Like that's why I always say like I appreciate Sheik players, you know, because like the amount of combos you gotta do with Sheik just to rack up like what 50%, and then with Sonic it's like just do nair, up tilt, and then jump, and then forward aerial, and then forward aerial again, boom. I think that's like almost 60 or something like that.
Sonic's extensive access to burst movement options and movement in general gives him the best evasion in the game, period. You can't juggle him because of all the different ways he can alter his trajectory. You can't edge guard him very easily because once again he can alter his trajectory or recover from many different angles, and you can't pressure him in neutral because you can't keep up with him. Being the fastest character.
What bro is speaking factos right there, dude. Yeah, like I said, as a Sonic main, bro, like I can get away like say I was playing Ganondorf, for example, right? I cannot get away with any of that because, like, to be fair, Ganondorf is the worst character in the game, but like regardless, like if I'm playing Sonic, I can like get away with so much shit, bro, you know? Let's say for some reason I'm getting edge guarded, right? Easily I can get away from that because, for one, Sonic's recovery is like, holy crap, you know? His jumps are not that bad either. Like, to counterattack the edge guard is pretty easy for me to do, right? When I play Ganon, can't do nothing to that. If I'm getting edge guard, I might just remove my stock and kill myself. Because it ain't possible. I'm not getting back on that stage.
Character in the game ironically lets him slow down a match to whatever pace he wants.
Yeah,
if he so chooses, you cannot interact with him. The only time you can accomplish anything is if he decides to interact with you. And due to how tournament matches are decided, he eventually has to. In theory, however, he doesn't. This is why he's the only character who can reliably pursue a timeout strategy. Keyword reliably. Sure, Captain Falcon can run circles around Incineroar, but for reasons I mentioned earlier, the gap in speed isn't impossible to overcome for Incineroar. That being said, there's something I believe needs to be clarified about Sonic, and by extension players like Sonics who get flamed out for running the clock. Contrary to popular belief, Sonics doesn't intentionally pursue a timeout win condition. Playing Sonic optimally just so happens to be a very time-consuming method. With that much speed, the safest way to assure victory is to wait for your opponent to get impatient and overcommit on a risky call-out in neutral. You'll notice how hesitant pro players are to approach Sonic because they know that if they mess up, he can drag them across the stage for dozens of %.
Yep, I feel like that. I feel like I do that too a lot too, cause like I literally like let me rephrase it better. Like, let's say I'm facing like a slow character, right? And if I'm playing Sonic, right? Easily, I can like use my mobility as an advantage, right? Cause like if they mess up, let's say they mess up a grab, boom, I'm on their ass right there with the combos and stuff, right? And I try my best to like obviously like finish the job right there with said combo, right? Cause like I said, if they're slow, boom, finish them. And like what Mr. Vars 3 said, impatient players, easily for me too, because if they mess up twice, if they also mess up, boom, take advantage of that.
Take a look at this example right here. Leo and Sonics are in neutral, but Leo doesn't feel comfortable approaching Sonics while he's charging Spin Dash. Eventually, he tries to make something happen by running in for a rapid jab. Sonics blocks it and then goes for a punish. It's only a dash attack, but throughout the entire set, that's sort of what happens. Leo throws at a risky move and gets punished by Sonics, or Sonics throws at a risky move and gets punished by Leo. Battling Sonic essentially boils down to a game of chicken. Both players
that's a great way to put it right there.
For their opponent to mess up so they can go for the attack. And because neither player is willing to budge, sometimes you go 5, 10, even 15 seconds without a meaningful neutral interaction. That of course applies to every matchup, but it matters more for Sonic due to how fast he is. If he has the stock or percent lead, there's
the fact that it
matters more for Sonic due to how fast
I mean, to be fair, MK Leo's playing Pyra and Mythra, but the fact that he beat a Sonic, especially Sonics himself, that's why he's the GOAT, bro. That's why he's my GOAT.
If he has the stock or percent lead, there's more pressure on his opponent to make a play happen, since if nothing happens, Sonic will win when time runs out. Vice versa. If his opponent has a stock or percent lead, there's more pressure on Sonic to make a play happen, or else he loses the match. Funnily enough, there's an excerpt in Sonic's playstyle section that points out his tendency to become impatiently aggressive when down a stock or percent, allowing other players to camp him out as well. In that same set between Leo and Sonics at Genesis, during Game 4, Leo manages to run the clock on Sonics by barely approaching after he gets a lead, placing the onus on Sonics to make a move first, and for Sonic, he generally doesn't want to attack first. He's the best whiff punisher in the game, but that can be hard to exercise if his opponent never puts himself in a position to be punished.
I like how Leo just literally turned the tides on Sonics, because okay, I feel like Sonics does not do that. I would like to assume he does not do that often, but like, showing the gameplay that Mr. Vars 3 has shown, I feel like it's just funny that...
On the subject of punish, that's where Sonic's mobility differs from Sheik or other characters. Sonic is boxer frame data, so the majority of his attacks have startup frames in the low single digits. Jab is frame 3, all of his tilts are frame 6, dash attack is frame 5, stuff like that. His skill power is only about as good as Mario's, but his damage output is in the range of Wolf's. A single win in neutral can easily rack about 50 to 60%, whereas for Sheik it's only about 30 to 40. Moreover, most of Sonic's kills come in the form of edge guards. Spin Dash and Spin Charge can drag his opponent across and usually off stage, letting him close out stocks with otherwise weak attacks like forward air because they're so far off stage.
Now here's my thing, is like whenever I play Sonic, I try... Like, whenever I try to kill, for example, or, like, obviously get rid of a stock, right? Usually my forms of KOs are usually using the F smash. It's either F smash, or if they're off stage, you just do the forward aerial, right? I try my best not to spam Spin Dash, because, honestly, guys, seriously, if I actually really wanted to spam Spin Dash, I would probably be up there as one of the best Sonics. I'm just saying. But at the same time, like I said, bro, I'm not trying to spam Spin Dash, because I can understand the opponent. It's like, damn, they're facing a Sonic. Damn, I'm facing a Sonic. I want to lose, you know? Once I don't spam Spin Dash, there's like, hallelujah, you know? But like, I obviously use Spin Dash too, you know? It's obviously the main, one of his moves, you know? But I try my best not to spam it. But like what Mr. Vars 3 is saying about Sonics, where like, he uses Spin Dash, usually, not all, I'll assume not all the time, obviously, but to kill, right? I try my best not to use that. So I just resort to F smash, down smash, all that stuff.
If he doesn't, it's not rare for his opponent to survive well past 150%, but therein lies why he feels so threatening regardless of the percent than like a Pikachu or Sheik. His attacks may not be the most remarkable, but they're some of the best in terms of positional knockback. Spin charge throws you into the perfect spot to get hit by something like forward air. Falling there easily leads into like a back air. Spin dash opens up a follow-up from any of his aerials or even homing attack. And thanks to spring jump, he can chase after opponents way high up in the sky. Nice. Speaking of spring jump, it's one of the best gimping tools of all time.
Yep, it is.
I
use that often.
The pain of being doinked by the falling spring. In essence, Sonic has rather mediocre kill power compared to your hard hitters like Roy or Wolf, but he makes up for that by having more edge guarding options than 5 characters combined. He can chase after his opponents in disadvantage even when they're at kill.
Oh, okay, that's pretty nasty.
Years. In totality, you have someone with an almost absurd range of edge guarding tools who is also a near uncontestable neutral game full of mix-up and approach options that lead into those edge guarding scenarios. Not only that, but his poor durability is compensated by the fact that most characters can't hit you even if they try. If played perfectly, Sonic may very well be the best character in the entire game. With all that being
and I was about to add that, but like I would love to add to that. Damn, I'm starting over my words. I would love to add on to that when he said what Sonic has mediocre kill power. I do agree with that, but like literally when like his most powerful moves is literally F smash and back air, and maybe if you guys want to add in homing attack and down smash too. Like if you got like those moves are literally the main moves with Sonic that like I'm going to assume everyone uses too. Which is crazy too when you think about it for like kill moves.
Being said, what exactly is the problem with Sonic? I'm sure you've seen videos in the past complaining about how he has an outdated moveset.
Like I said, like I feel like his moveset is okay, you know. Like obviously, and like I said earlier too, it's like always there used to be some tweaks to it and some changes to it too. Like obviously removing the 2 spin dashes, there should only be 1. And especially like since like Mr. Varsity was saying, like Sonic's like air attacks, mobility, all that is like OP as hell. When you ignore all that, it's like it's an okay moveset. It's an okay, not the best, okay moveset.
In the same way that Kirby does, but my issue with Sonic isn't that he has an outdated moveset or that he times people out, not entirely anyway. It's that Sonic as a character explicitly discourages interaction. Like I said earlier,
agree with that.
If you so choose to, you can get a small percent lead and just camp the entire game, and he's the only character who can consistently pull this off.
And that's what I don't like too, because that's like literally the whole reputation of Sonic. Like I sort of follow the Smash Twitter thing online, and dude, the amount of times they bash my boy, Sonic, it's so sad. Cause it's like I feel like I'm I try my best. Not try my best. I do my best to not do that at all. I don't ever camp. I would like to say that I'm an aggressive Sonic. I do not want to camp or be campy, all that stuff. I always want to throw hands, and that's the whole objective. Now, whenever I face a character that wants to throw hands, I'm in there, you know. But whenever I face another campy character, like, let's say a character with like so many projectiles, right, like a Samus, right, that's where it's like, oh, you know, cause now it's like, damn, I gotta go full on aggressive with the character that's also campy, you know. But I'm probably like contradicting myself right there, if I'm being completely honest. At the same time, I don't even camp.
Every other character seen as campy still has to interact with their opponent in order to win, for the simple reason that they don't have the luxury not to. In theory, Samus can camp by running away and tossing projectiles until the end of time, but she doesn't have the mobility to get away with that even against the slowest characters. You might say Wario is a very campy character, but in his defense, his camping is ultimately meant to set him up for a successful interaction. Because Sonic has the choice to time people out, pragmatically speaking, you should just camp every single game. It's a very degenerate and frankly scummy strategy, but Sonic can do it if the player is willing to. That's the problem.
Now, like what Mr. Vars3 says, if he's willing to. Like I said earlier, I'm the type of Sonic that likes to throw hands and beat people up with my F smash and all that shit. As corny as that sounds, but I'm in there, especially when I'm facing those characters that also want to throw hands with me.
No character should be allowed to deliberately pursue a win condition that actively discourages interacting with your opponent.
I 1000% agree.
Sonic has to interact with his opponent at least once to get a stock lead or even just a percent lead, but he has the perfect set of tools to acquire that percent lead, and those very same tools can be used to prevent his opponent from ever getting one back on him. Thankfully, no matter how much copium you Sonic's haters shoot up, he doesn't go for that. Despite that, however, Sonic's entire playstyle still echoes the sentiment of wanting to engage in combat as infrequently as possible, even if you're trying to win the old-fashioned way. Each and every time you interact with your opponent, you run the risk of losing that interaction and taking damage or losing your stock. The idea is to expose yourself as little as possible to maximize your risk-to-reward ratio, hence why projectiles or disjoints are so desirable. The way Sonic maximizes risk-to-reward is by taking advantage of his superior mobility, consequently leading to what many people think is camping. Sonic's at his strongest when playing the game of chicken against his opponent. Ordinarily,
1000% agree with that, and that comes to my point. It's like, It's like I said, like Sonic's mobility is so crazy OP. It's like I said earlier, like if I'm facing a slow character and if they mess up, I'm in their ass, you know? I automatically go for those combos and crazy combos, right? And same as well, like when I'm facing an impatient player, same thing, bro. Like if they mess up, boom, I'm on their ass, combo game go crazy.
That wouldn't be a bad thing, but since he's the only character who can play like this to that extent, that's what makes it a problem. It artificially skews player agency in favor of Sonic by an unacceptable margin. Can it be overcome? Absolutely, but I don't think I know a single player who is excited to fight Sonics. Now personally, I enjoy watching Sonic play because I can understand the thought process behind what he does, but I would never in a million years want him as my opponent. I might be wrong. For all I know...
Listen, bro. I would like to face Sonics if he's... For some reason, he ever watches this video, bro. Because I feel like it'd be a fun... Nah, I'm kidding. Firstly, Sonic deals are fun to me. I find them fun. But I feel like I'd love to face this guy. Even though... But if I'm playing some other character, no. Hell no. But Sonic, yes. Some other character, no. Nothing.
Maybe Spargo, Leo, Gluto, or Light have the time of their lives fighting Sonics. I seriously doubt that, though. Fighting games are supposed to be a dance between players, an equal exchange of actions and reactions. Sonic fundamentally goes against this principle. It's the same reason why I think Steve and Kazuya are badly designed characters. Their properties disproportionately...
Steve, yeah. Actually, nah. I mean, I think it's like... Okay, I guess it's a different... It's not part of the Sonic video, but like, Steve is like... Whole moveset is literally Minecraft, you know? But put into, like, play? I don't know the correct term, but like... Once you see it in action, it's like, oh shit, you know. But like with Kazuya, it's not that bad, you know. I don't think I'm probably in the minority. Like I said earlier, that Kazuya is not that bad of a character to face with, especially when he's that easily, especially that god awful like neutral B.
Skew the balance of agency between player interactions. That in most cases, the only way to win is to not interact. No character epitomizes this mentality more than Sonic. So that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on Sonic in the comments down below, and just remember, let's not make any of this personal. I respect Sonic's Ken, and by extension every Sonic player, as much as I hate their main. But if you have anything critical to say, make sure it's towards Sonic, not the people playing them.
Exactly. Hey, bro, Vars3 just said the words out of my mouth, bro. Exactly what he said. Well, I appreciate his video. I will give him a like, and I will probably subscribe to him because of that. Like what Vars3 has said, Sonic is like I just look at how people just play him, you know. Like me, I think I'm perfectly fine. I feel like I'm probably in the minority. I'm in the minority that thinks that I play really good with Sonic, and at the same time, it's not like annoying with him, you know. I do not do the camping, you know. I'm all about throwing hands because it's a literal fighting game. You literally want to throw hands in a fighting game. And yeah, like what he said, I respect all Sonics. They can play however they want, but my problem is the reputation that we Sonic players have with how we make this character. I'm speaking for all Sonic mains now. Brothers, we gotta make this character throw hands and be aggressive, my guys. We gotta destroy this reputation of him being annoying. He gotta throw hands. You gotta throw hands at this point. Okay? Okay. From now on, we're throwing hands at Sonic, right guys? Right? Like I said, shout out to Vars3. Check out his video, and also check out his channel too. And also check out my channel and my content, because I love to say that we're late here. And yeah, that's all I gotta say really. See you guys next time.